wird mir ums Herz so wohl. Ich schau ins tiefe Tal hinab ins schöne Land Tirol. Ich seh die weißen Nebel ziehen, die Sonne scheint ins Gwent. Tiroler Land, mein Heimatland, ich lieb dich ohne End. Nicht um Verdruss, um keinen Streit der Welt, solang auf meinen sicheren Schuss ein Gamsbock runterfällt. Die Berge sind mein...
To my trolls, to my haters, and to anybody who says anything is my fault. Nothing is ever my fault. It's the trolls' fault. It's my mom's fault. Nothing's my fault. The trolls put black ice on the road and caused me to wreck the car. It's not my fault. License and I'm gonna shoot you. I showed Andrea this gun and I won't hesitate to show it to you boys, and I could shoot you because you trolled me online, and in Kentucky it's against the law, and in Kentucky I could shoot you for it once I become bounty hunter.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have a new mommy or would you rather have your original mommy back?
Original mommy back.
And who is preventing you from getting your mommy back?
Your memo.
Am I preventing you from getting your mommy back? No, I'm not, am I? I haven't done anything to keep her from coming back. In fact, I went and got her, didn't I?
Yep.
Sure did. Went and got her, brought her here. And I never coached you on this one bit, did I? I didn't put words in your mouth, did I? In fact, you've been telling Mamaw you've been wanting her back for quite some time now, haven't you? That's right. That's right.
Yeah, folks, you saw it right there. Von Helton manipulating his children, using them against his mother, trying to use his kids to create a situation. He's making things worse for himself, and he's using the kids. He's messing with their minds. This is just sick. This is just nothing but sick abuse.
There's only one person. There's only one person that is preventing that little girl from getting her mommy back. And that is my dear sainted mother. And why is she doing it? Why is she keeping Andrea away? For pure hatred, pure meanness. When Andrea first come up here, Mom didn't know who she was. But you know what Mom told her to her face? Said, go back to Alabama. Nobody wants you here. What a thing to say to somebody who comes up here and, basically takes a risk and comes up here to see you. And then she gets in your face and tells you something like that. And from that day, the very first day she come up here in September of 2009, right on up to today even, all Mom does is threaten Andrea. I'm going to kick you off the property. I'm going to get you arrested. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, over and over and over. Folks, can you imagine being threatened every day? Now, see, I'm to the point to where I tune it out. I just turn her off. Okay. But imagine if you're somebody new that's never had somebody threaten you all the time, and then you come up here to visit me, and all Mom does is threaten you. I'm going to kick you off the property. I'm going to have you arrested. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. If you get pregnant, I'm going to have you arrested and thrown off the property. When somebody threatens you day after day after day after day, I mean, literally day after day, you don't think that would drive you crazy? You don't think that would drive you insane? Folks,
about 2 years ago, you were all happy that she got sent away, that Andrea got sent away. She's a nutter and all this stuff. Remember that? And now you're, it's your mom's the reason why your wife can't come back. Make up your mind, Von Helton. Which lie are you going to go with? You're going to go with the lie that, Andrea's a nutter and can't be around the kids? Or is it because your mom, I can't keep up with all your lies, Von Helton. You got to keep them straight for us. But Von Helton, your mom had to support you and Andrea and the kids that you brought in the world. You have no job or no way to take care of these kids, so your mom's stuck having to take care of them. Your mom doesn't want you, and you told everybody that you when Andrea came back that you were going to have her have more kids. Remember, your mom doesn't want to take care of more kids. She's retired.
The only reason I'm not fucking nuts today is because of the training that I had in the military and in the government. My psychological training for the Cold War is the only thing that's kept me lucid all these years. I'd be a fucking nutcase by now, but I'm not because of my training. That's the only thing that saved me. I'd be in that fucking loony bin with Andrea by now if it hadn't been for my training.
You went to boot camp in the same time frame I did in the early '80s. Okay, I think I went a couple of years before I went to 1980, but you got booted out RE3 discharge. You got a under honorable conditions. You claim you got an honorable discharge, but you didn't. You got under honorable conditions, which is nothing more than a fancy name for a general discharge, which is one step up above a dishonorable discharge. That's all it is. You didn't do no civilian capacity because they don't give civilian capacity jobs to RE3s, JHJs. Sorry, Von Helton. You washed out of the military. I'm sorry that happened to you. I wish you could have made it in the military to be a veteran, like Cold War veteran like me, with ribbons that you don't have, no medals you have. You don't have none of that. I have my ribbons somewhere around here. I don't know where they are, but I have some ribbons. I get them out and show them to you. I've already showed a video of my DD-214 to show that I did earn ribbons, that I did serve during the Cold War, and that Von Helton did not. Okay, I compared both our DD-214 side by side. Yours is RE3, mine's RE1. Okay, you got washed out. I didn't. So don't claim what I have. I earned the right to be a Cold War veteran. You didn't. You're a Cold War washout. Stop lying. Stop committing stolen valor.
Did I want to go into all this psychological training and playing mind fuck for hours? No, I hated it. I despised it.
Because you're lying, Von Helton. That's why you're lying.
My mother stole my inheritance, witch of air, and she stole my father's stuff. She strong armed my father in the district attorney's office into turning everything over to her. Okay. And you'll notice, folks, I didn't find out about this little meeting until after it had happened.
Sorry, Von Helton, you got caught in another lie there. It's not your inheritance. When your father dies, his wife gets it. If I died, my wife would get everything that's mine. If she died, I'd get everything that's hers. That's how it works when you're married. You share everything. What's mine is mine, and what my wife's is mine too. Not really. What we have is ours. We're one person. So, um, you know, it doesn't work the way the district attorney doesn't have nothing to do with it. Me and my wife went to a lawyer down in Atlanta to do our will. Okay, if both of us happen to die, then our kids get to split it. That's how we made it real simple. You're you didn't get no inheritance because when your father passed away, everything that he had goes to your mom. That is the law. Unless your dad specifically went to a lawyer and had it written out to where you got it. That's the only way that she would not have gotten what he has, or vice versa. No one stole your inheritance. You spent more than your inheritance with your mom supporting you last 30 years.
And the discussion was about my inheritance. But I didn't find out about it until after it had already been signed, sealed, and delivered all over to my mother. If you don't think that that was a conspiracy or that it was plotted in advance, then you're a moron, because obviously it was.
How they plot in advance? They would have to plot in advance to give you the money. If they didn't, there's no plotting in advance. Your mom gets your father's money because they're husband and wife.
Because if I had been there, obviously I'm going to protest giving my mother my inheritance.
You sound like a little bitch, Von Helton. It's not yours, it's hers.
Okay, obviously I'm going to protest that. Okay, that's why I wasn't invited.
First of all, you're lying out of the teeth you don't have. And second of all, the district attorney is not used for that. You can't have anything to do with inheritance at the district attorney's office. That's not what a district attorney does. That's not what a district attorney is for. And two, there's no inheritance unless your mom gives it to you, because whatever's your dad is hers, unless he gets a will to change that. You don't get no inheritance. What do you deserve anything? You've not been nothing but a burden to your family.
Is because I would have protested that. I would say, hey, now wait a minute. That's my inheritance. It comes to me, not to her. Okay. But I wasn't invited to that little meeting. All right. And so mom used the district attorney's office to strong arm my father into turning everything over to her.
You're nothing but a liar and a whiner and a greedy little creep.
Then all she had to do was aggravate the shit out of him until he had a heart attack and died. As simple as that. You say, Vaughn, do you believe that she intentionally gave him a heart attack? I can't prove it, but I can't deny it either.
Von Helton is accusing his mother of murdering his father. I think somebody needs to get the original, not my video, but the original video, and let Ma Helton see this and make sure that Von Helton goes where he deserves, out on his rear end without somebody supporting him. Mom needs to cut that umbilical cord now. Von Helton's a spoiled little brat and treats his mom like crap and then talks horrible things about his mother.
You know, I can't prove it, but I can't deny it either. I think it's pretty interesting, don't you, that after she got him to sign everything over to her, that he then started having serious heart palpitations.
See, the biggest giveaway that Von Helton's lying is he's claiming a district attorney. Is this the same district attorney that prevented the CIA from doing a hit on him and saved his life from the CIA? The same district attorney? I mean, come on. That's not the district attorney's job to negotiate people's wills. His dad didn't sign anything over to her, means he didn't sign anything, so she got it, or he signed everything. There's none of this sign things over. It's ridiculous. Von Helton doesn't know how legal marriages work, because he's always sponged off other people, so he never had anything of his own to worry about handing to anybody else.
Is that a coincidence? Do you believe in coincidences, folks? Do you believe in coincidences? She takes him to the district attorney's office, gets him to sign everything over to her, and then not shortly thereafter, he starts having heart palpitations. Now remember, folks, my father's in Knights Templar, my mother's Eastern Star, so they're Illuminati up to their eyeballs.
So what you're saying is your Illuminati parents, that your mom killed your Illuminati mom killed your Illuminati dad so that you wouldn't get no inheritance. It was a plot all along from the time you were a little baby. Your mom's like, how can I prevent this kid from getting his inheritance? Because we're Illuminatis. We can't give it to this kid. So she plotted years in advance, when you were still in her belly. She was carrying you to full to term. She's like, how am I going to take the money from this baby who's in my womb? I'm Illuminati. I got to do what the Rockefellers not going to like this baby. So I'm going to have to strong arm the DA to sign over all his money, and then I'll kill his dad, and I'll build a lake in my front yard.
Okay, they're Illuminati up to their eyeballs. Okay, so you don't think that something strange is going on? You believe that it's all just a coincidence?
So you don't trust your mom. Your mom's evil. Your mom killed your father, but you're going to allow your kids to be bathed by your mom, huh? That's pretty twisted, Von Helton. That shows that you're not a rocket scientist.
Yeah, well, that's why my mother is bathing the children. That way they can't accuse me of child abuse. Why do you think I'm doing that? That's why I have mom bathe the kids. That's why I have her bathe the kids. That way they can't come to me and say, oh, well, Von's abusing the kids when he gives them a bath.
There's plenty of different kind of child abuses you're guilty of that you, even in this very video, you're abusing your kid by manipulation. You abuse your kids by neglect, the a physical doctor, a physical medical doctor has also stated that you neglected them years ago. So you have abused your children. There's overwhelming evidence of that, Von Helton. Not all abuse has to do with physical. Okay, there's emotional. There's other kinds of abuse. You feed your kids meals that aren't nutritious. A bunch of sugary snacks to go with their meals as part of their meals, not as part of dessert. Yeah, okay, Von Helton. You need a lot of Googling to find out what it means to be a parent.
Ich kümmere mich nicht um Verdruss, um keinen Streit der Welt, solange auf meinen sicheren Schuss ein Gamsbock runterfällt. Die Berge sind mein Gotteshaus, der Jodler mein Gebiet. Ich hoffe, dass der Herrgott mich und mein Gebiet versteht. Eine Bergnatur und liebt die Blärmerl heiß, den Eulenrausch und Enzian und auch das Edelweiß. Den Jodler und den Zitterklang hör ich fürs Leben gern. Jetzt hört's mir zu, ihr lieben Leid, jetzt wird's ein Jodler hören.